Well, all right. Sorry about that. I was about to play another song. All right. Well, it's Wednesday, Banger Wednesday, and here we are for host Hangout. Sorry we took a little time off. I was getting relocated, but we're set up and back now. And you know what? We're just gonna go straight into it because I know we got a few tracks we want to check out tonight. Joining me on the co-host panel, I got Bo from the band Elijah. I also have Miss Scarlett from the band World Shaper and Lunarscape, and I'm Forge from the band Forged by Titans. So real quick though, I do want to remind everyone that the tracks we were listening to on the way into the show tonight were all played off the Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist. Every band that's been on the show lives on there. It's got hours of tracks, and it's a great listen. So please make the time to go find it, save it, and listen to it. That's the best way to support the bands that come on the show. And obviously you're watching us live on YouTube. Excuse me. And if you're here listening and you haven't already hit that little subscribe button somewhere down there, be sure to do so. That'll help us get more tools to promote the bands and, you know, get more bands on. So make sure you take the time to do that. Now, 1 second here. I'm just double checking some stuff. All right. Stream's looking okay. Sorry, still got a couple little bugs there. All right. With that said, let's go ahead and get straight into the tracks we have tonight. Scarlett, I believe you pulled the short straw for tonight. Why don't you go ahead and lead us off, tell us what you got for us, and we're going to check it out.
All right. Awesome. So, what's up, everybody? I picked a song by Bloodred Hourglass. I haven't followed this band for a super long time, but I will tell you, I have their song called Nightmares or Dreams 2 on my workout playlist, and that shit gets me pumped up.
All right.
So I want to check out their new stuff. I have listened to a couple of their new songs. We Should Be Buried Like This is one of theirs that I think is a total banger right now, off their newer album. I have not listened to this track yet, so it is a blind listen for me. And I want to kind of see if it stays true to the other ones that I've heard off of their newer stuff. So let's see.
Oh, yeah. That's what we need, some fast-paced stuff to wake everyone up. All right, I got that video queued up here, and it is a video, so if you are watching along, make sure you're paying attention to the screen. In fact, let me get it nice and big on the Discord screen for everybody. All right, so here we go. We're going to check out Scarlett's pick. All right. Excuse me. All right, Bo. Why don't you go ahead and what you thought of this track, and need to make some adjustments.
But definitely, I mean, it's very like modern metalcore. I get like a lot of Barry Tomorrow vibes, but then like that kind of uh, little bit of like the European metal vibe in there too. Is like a nice little change up, especially like towards the end of the song. Huge production quality. Uh, Definitely hits pretty hard. I mean, it's a lot of kind of like more simplified uh, um, instrumental parts and everything, but like it's just this like really big built up production, and I enjoyed that honestly.
Hell yeah. So yeah, I'll chime in a little bit here. So, uh, I got a bad habit of trying to like classify a lot of these tracks, and this one's a little bit tougher for me because I heard so many different like references to other bands it reminded me of. So I'll just stick to what I liked about it as far as the mixing goes. Um, I definitely like the guitar tone they chose for this style. If it were something I was writing, it wouldn't be the tone I'd go for. But for the style of track this was, it was a great choice. It had a lot of clarity, but it still had a lot of I don't want to say pumping to it, but it definitely still had some low end still in there. Which a lot of us guys that do a lot of metal stuff, we tend to pull the low end out some, make room for the bass, but they kept a lot in there. But it sounded really good on their track because their track definitely had a lot of low end in the mix compared to what some of us do. But
I think that's why I gave it like kind of European feel a little bit more. I mean, like just that massive like like production quality.
yeah, like whenever they're hitting like a chug or whatever, or a palm mute, I should say, between the bass, the guitars, and the drums, you definitely could tell they were pegging stuff out. But that's what gives it that awesome impact. But it works great for a track like that because it's not like they were doing like 250 BPM and just doing nothing but chugs, because then it would just sound like a hot mess, but it worked, and it worked well. Had a lot of impact and a lot of energy, like Scarlett pointed out. It makes sense why it's a good track to listen to while you're working out. I've never heard of these guys before, and gals, but yeah, I guess I was living under a rock. But great track. I'm super impressed with them. I'm definitely got to check out more of their stuff. I don't know, Scarlett. What made you pick this one again?
So honestly, like I have one of their songs on my workout playlist. It's called Nightmares or Dreams too. And honestly, like that song hits so hard, and I started exploring them more more recently. And to Bo's point, like they definitely remind me of Bury Tomorrow. Like there's definitely those elements in there. But what I really like about these guys is when you actually like listen to their tracks back to back, they always have something in their tracks that kind of is unique to that track. Like it catches you not off guard, but it's like a special little snippet of something. And in this one, I think it was that feature of the female vocal that I really liked a lot, because that I wasn't anticipating at all. I don't think I've heard that in most of their tracks that I've listened to. And the female vocal just complemented it so well. I don't think that they added too much of it, that it took the heaviness away, but it was like a nice little breather. And then on top of that, I really liked the synthesizer, the use of the synth. I feel like they use synth a lot in their tracks as like just padding, or just kind of helps carry the melody. And so I think that the how heavy their guitar tones are mixed with that synthesizer just really does it for me in driving the melody. So as far as like melodic like melodic metalcore, I just really feel like they check all the boxes for me. And when I listen to them, I don't ever really get super tired of the songs that I've heard of theirs now, because they all have a little bit of different little surprises that you catch in the song. So it's not really, you don't really know what to expect always. But I think this song, pairs really nicely with the other one that I've heard off this album so far. We Should Be Buried Like This. I would recommend that you guys check that track out. It's really good too. And if you haven't heard of Bloodred Hourglass too much yet, do some exploring with them, because they're pretty fun. So overall, I'm satisfied with the track, much more satisfied than the last track that I picked for the host hangout. And we're not even going to talk about that, you guys. We're just going to talk about how good my pick was this time.
Yeah, redemption's sweet, huh?
I did it.
Well, there you go. But yeah, so I didn't realize that the female vocals you said where it was a feature. I didn't realize that she wasn't part of the band. I assumed she was. But yeah, so that's now I'm going back again and I'm playing it through my head. The other thing I liked about them was their vocalist had a pretty wide range, I feel. I know that he had moments where it reminded me of kind of like a Mitch Lucker kind of, piercing.
Yes.
Yeah, screech.
Yes, I heard that. Yep. That vocal, that transition between like a lower scream and then up into that high scream sometime, which really added some really nice dynamic. Yeah, I feel you on that. I was going to mention that as well.
Yeah, because it was kind of unexpected for the style of the instruments. But I mean, it worked great. I mean, I just didn't expect it, and then when it hit, it was like, okay, shit, do your thing, dude. But yeah, they definitely had a lot of really cool things going on. Because there's moments where, like, I don't know, for me it was borderline, starting to fall back into the rock world, but then there were elements where they just were straight over in the metal world, getting pretty heavy. But yeah, it's a really cool band. I'm super impressed with them. So you did a good job on the pick, because I mean, we get to listen to so much on here. It's hard to be impressed sometimes,
I know, right? We're fortunate in that way, though. We're fortunate.
Yeah, which is a good time for me to plug. In case you guys didn't know, the Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist, we have officially over 130 something tracks on there. So make sure you add it. I won't be adding these because these guys didn't make the time to come on the show. Hint, hint. If any of you guys ever see this video, we'd love for you to come hang out with us.
Come hang out with us.
Yeah. But yeah, great pick. I don't know, Bo, do you have anything else to add on this band?
I just, I like the kind of like more simple rhythm guitar part, and then the synth is kind of carrying all the melody. It's just kind of like a nice, especially for like how I play, which is the polar opposite of that. Like it's just a fun change up hearing that. And again, like the female vocals popping out of nowhere was just, I think that really like pushed that song up a notch for me.
Yeah, and that's actually a really cool point you made, how they chose to do something simple on the guitars and let the melody get carried by the other items in there, and how you write different, and I obviously write different. I'm a guy that layers 4 or 5 guitars if I can get away with it. And it just was making me think about some of the collaborations I got going on, how you play with all these different guys that write, or and gals that write differently, and you see how they write and create, and what they pick to be like the lead. You learn a lot. You really do. That exposure, and it to your point, it's cool when you hear a band like this, you like it, and you realize you're able to pick out those differences. And again, it's a really good band, really good track, and they're doing something different than what some of us would do writing. So just adds to the layer of cool, if cool is still a cool word to use, of the track. But yeah, that's actually a great point, how they let the melody get carried by another instrument like that.
And then they still snuck in a little bitty solo there right in the middle.
Yeah, right.
That solo was good too. I was
Yeah.
feeling that solo for sure. Yeah, I can't believe
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that. Yeah, but I feel that. Yeah, really good.
Hell yeah. So let me go back here again. I'll make sure I get this right. This was Bloodred Hourglass, right? And this track was called Royally Done. Mental note, I need to go check those guys out. I really do. But yeah, again, Scarlett, great first pick. Definitely high energy. Setting us off on the right foot, because the next thing we're going to go to is a little special treat. Our resident